Good evening. Please turn off your phones. Welcome to the June 21st, 2023 regular meeting of Eureka Springs Historic District Commission. I'm Dee Bright, Chair. Commissioners present tonight are Maggie Haight, Judy Holden, Peter Graham, and Frank Green. We do have a quorum. Christine Sandmore, Kelly Cole Ladwig are absent with notice. The Eureka Springs Historic District Commission is empowered by the Eureka Springs Municipal Code to issue a certificate of appropriateness for alterations of exterior architectural features, demolition, and new construction within the boundaries of Eureka Springs Historic District. The HDC uses Eureka Springs Historic District guidelines and the U.S. Department of Interior standards for the rehabilitation of historic buildings as the basis for our decision. The Commission can take the following actions on an application: approval with modifications, denial, or defer for more information. Appeal of denial may be made to the Circuit Court. Public comments will be heard on each agenda item as it is called. Other public comments will be heard during the public comment period. Are there any changes or additions to tonight's agenda? May I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Judy made the motion. Peter seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Say no. Motion carries 4-0. Approval of applications does not excuse applicants, owner, or agent from compliance with any other applicable codes or ordinances or policies of the City of Eureka Springs. Okay, we have no old business. New business, level 2, 6 steel. Karlstrom, I may pronounce that very wrong, owner, Jackson applicant, install new fencing and porch lattice. Level 2, 52 wall, Gunter, owner, install new fencing. Okay, do we have somebody for 6 steel? Okay, would you state your name?
I am Daniel Jackson, owner of a new bath and remodeling.
Okay.
As a reference point, I would like to point to 15 Douglas as giving you a design of the fence that will be put in place on 6 Still Street.
Okay, just a moment. Let Kyle read the facts.
Thank you.
6 Steel is looking to install new fencing, approximately 50 linear foot, 42 inches tall across the front of the property along the retaining wall. They're also looking to install new lattice work on the front porch. Property was built about 1900. It is contributing to the Eureka Springs Historic District. In evaluating the request for the alterations at 6 Steel, staff makes the following findings of fact. Property is contributing structure. Alterations will not adversely affect the historic property or overall district, and the proposed alterations will retain the historic relationship between buildings, landscape, and site features. Proposed alterations align with the standards and guidelines, and staff does recommend approval of this agenda item.
Do I have a motion so we can continue discussion?
I move that the Historic District Commission issue a certificate of appropriateness for the work at 6 Steel Street as proposed.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Questions for the applicant?
So I have a question. On the front of your property, on the front face on the street at 6 Steel Street, there's a old dry stack stone wall that's going to be still in place when the fencing goes up?
Correct. We will not remove or alter any existing wall structure or foundation or anything of that nature.
Okay. Are there going to be footings in the ground? Is it going to be something where it might affect that or no?
No, we'll handle it the same way that we did on Douglas on their rock wall. We'll dip our posts in tar and then concrete those approximately on this one, because it's a much older wall and it's much higher, will be setting back approximately 3 feet or so away from that wall, so not to disturb any of the immediate surrounding.
Great. I definitely
Yeah.
approve that.
Big concern of mine is I don't want that wall to collapse. So,
Were you the company that also did the reference on Douglas Street as well?
yes, I am.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Peter made the motion. Frank seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Motion carries 4-0.
I'd like to say thank you to all of the board members. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do in town. Do we have somebody for 52 Wall Street? Would you come up and state your name and address?
Hi, my name is Julia Gunter, and I own 52 Wall Street. And
Okay.
I'm proposing to put up a fence.
And Kyle will read you the facts as presented to us.
Applicant at 52 Wall Street is looking to install new fencing in the backyard. Building was constructed about 1948. It is non-contributing to this historic district due to additions and alterations that have occurred in the past. She's proposing installation of approximately 220 linear foot of wood fencing, 48 inches tall in the backyard.
Site plan.
In evaluating the request for the alterations, sorry, got my papers all confused here.
Julia? Miss? Looking at the house...
Wait, Frankie, he's still,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kyle doesn't have all his papers in order. Just a second, he's trying to, and then flip it over.
Oh.
Is something missing there? I mean, that's the two papers.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't update the findings of fact. That's from Still Street also. Sorry. In evaluating the request for alterations at 52 Wall Street, staff makes the following findings of fact. The subject property is non-contributing structure in the historic district. Proposed fencing will be in the rear of the property, below and approximately 50 foot from street level. Evidence of previously existing fencing exists. The removal date is unknown. Proposed alterations will not adversely affect the overall district. Proposed alterations will retain the historic relationship between buildings, landscape, and the site features. Proposed alterations align with the standards and guidelines, and staff does recommend approval of this agenda item.
Do I have a motion so we can continue discussion?
I move that the Historic District Commission issue a certificate of appropriateness for the work at 52 Wall Street as proposed.
Do I have a
Second.
second? Okay. Okay, now question, Frank.
Okay,
I'm ready.
all right. When you're facing the house from the street, it's to the left of the property, isn't it, the fencing?
Yes.
Okay. Beside the garage?
Yes, so the way the lot runs, it actually kind of comes to a point, so it's actually going to be set back probably at least 75 feet from the fence to the side of the house, and then it slopes down as well, like everything here. So it's like definitely going to be below eye level. So and it's like, so it's on the side and the back. And I don't think anyone will even be able to see it, because even as it slopes, there's some shrubbery that it's going to be in front of it. But my back neighbors are the only ones who would see it, and I've already discussed it with them and shown them pictures and everything, and they're just like, no problem,
And
go ahead, we love it. So-
Carrie and Dave don't care.
Yeah, oh no, they're so nice. So you know exactly where it is.
Dude, I lived across the street for 23 years.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
at the woods.
Okay, I think they're selling that now.
Did you just buy that from Megan and Ryan
I
recently?
did.
Okay, sweet. And what's the intention of the fencing?
Oh, we have dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah. And then, probably going to use part of the area for a garden, and, although I don't think that would keep out any deer.
Okay, any other questions? Judy made the motion, Peter seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Consent agenda. Level 1 and 2 projects that the city preservation officer believes to be in accordance with the design guidelines. Any commissioner or member of the public may move any consent agenda item to the regular agenda for discussion. Level 1, 13 North Main, Mallory owner, install 8x8 public art and 8-foot wood bench. Level 1, 6 South Main, Duffy, applicant, install new 2-foot by 3-foot commercial signage. Did everyone see the packet and initial it? Do I have a motion to accept this?
I move to accept the
Consent.
consent agenda for level 1.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Judy made the motion. Maggie seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Motion carries 4-0. Administrative approvals by City Historic Preservation Officer. Minor impact projects include ordinary maintenance that does not involve a change in materials. New replacement signs, alterations to non-contributing and/or non-historic structures, excluding major additions or demolition. Medium impact projects that meet design guidelines. And I just want to, we don't read these. They're all online, their address and what they're having done. But our city preservation officer, Kyle Palmer, is the one who approves these because they're just really improvements or replacement of materials that's already there. If someone does not agree with these, you appeal to circuit court for these. Commission business, approval of minutes for April 19th, and the person that was absent at that time was Christine Santmore, and Frank Green was not on the commission yet. So do I have a motion for approval? Because the other 4 of us can
I'll make a
vote.
motion to approve the minutes of April 19th regular meeting as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Peter made the motion. Judy seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 4-0. Those voting were Peter Graham, Maggie Haid, Judy Holden, and Dee Bright. Okay, May 17th. This one, Kelly Cole was absent, and Frank Green was not on the commission yet. So the other 4 of us can vote on this. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from May 17th regular meeting as presented.
Second?
Second.
Peter made the motion. Judy seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say, aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 4-0. June 7th meeting. Those absent were Kelly Cole Ladwig, Christine Santmore, and myself, Dee Bright. So Frank was on our commission at that time, so those 4 can vote. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from June 7th regular meeting as presented.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Peter made the motion, Frank seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries 4-0. Okay. Reminder, NAPC training, June 29th. Free for NAPC members, $15 general public. Does anybody have questions about that? I know Kyle sent out a reminder today. It will be by Zoom. Okay, a reminder that Main Street Eureka Springs Commissioner training will be July 14th, 4:30 to 5:30. So not next meeting, the next. Questions on that? Okay. Next meeting will be July 5th, 2023. Level 3 applications due Thursday, June 22nd. Level 2 applications due Wednesday, June 28th. Agenda setting for July 5th regular meeting. Anybody has things they want to put on the agenda? Okay. Public comments, we have nobody in the audience. Commissioner comments. Peter?
The only comment I have this week would be to the community, try to get more involved with us. I'd love to see if people start coming up to the meetings and asking us more questions about preservation work and how to keep the historic district the way that it is and increasing the community awareness. I think it's key. And just misinformation tends to be a little upsetting. People still believe that we're in charge of picking house color. So I think people would benefit greatly from speaking with one of us or opening up the commissioner handbook and learning about, stuff that we do.
Yes.
So thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Maggie?
Ditto to what Peter said. Thank you very much.
Frank? Judy?
In regards to what Peter just finished saying, I was wondering if we're overdue to make another visit to the real estate board and hand out the brochures again to remind them to tell people if they're buying a house within the historic district, the do's and don'ts.
Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah.
That's super important. I mean, that's why people move to this town, is because of the charm of the historic district. And if we didn't have it, then it wouldn't bring people to move here. So it's very important.
But a lot of them are not aware, and they go ahead and start making these renovations and get upset with us again.
Exactly. It's not an HOA. It's a historic district.
And it is on the real estate signature checkpoint that they have mentioned it or have given them a brochure when they purchased the property. But I don't know how aware the newcomers are.
It's always kind of been like that.
And some people like to just plain the fifth, and they didn't know it.
Fifth, yeah.
So I'm with Peter on, we don't do colors. I have been on this commission, I think this is my 17th year. We have done colors since I've been sitting on here. So I'm not sure if we ever did colors. I mean, Frank might can answer that question. Way back when, did you do colors?
Did we what?
Do colors of houses way back when? No. And he was on it when I got on and went off shortly, so he goes way back. Yeah. Also, I want to welcome Frank. I wasn't here last week or 2 weeks ago at his first meeting, so welcome back. He's lived here most of his life, so he's a wealth of knowledge for us. And I just want to remind everybody, when Kyle sends us out, and we might talk about this on the 14th, I'm not quite sure what we're going to be here in that Main Street commissioner training thing. But when Kyle sends us out like this morning on the NAPC training. That one was probably okay, but just get in the habit, reply only to Kyle, not all, because that can get us into trouble if we reply all and comment on something we shouldn't have. So it just, good habit, just always reply to Kyle instead of all, unless Kyle's sent us something and need a yes or no from each one of us. But then we can still do just reply to Kyle. And that's just a big pet peeve of mine. I mean, I have been trained and trained and trained. You do not do that. So, oh, and Judy, best wishes with your surgery next week, and she'll be gone at least the next meeting and probably 2 meetings. So everybody keep that in mind. And also, is anybody else going to be gone?
I'll take flowers at the hospital.
July 5th. Or July, yeah, we know you're not going to be here. Or the 19th. That you know best to your knowledge.
Is our meeting the 14th or 19th?
Our meeting is
July.
the 5th and, 19th.
Sorry.
19th. Okay.
Yeah, so the
Type-
14th is
Typo
wrong.
on my
Yeah,
agenda.
the meeting should be the 19th
Yes.
with Main Street. That one is, yeah, change that from July 14th to the 19th, please.
19?
Yes.
From the 19th from 4:30, that's number 5 on our commissioner business.
Where is that training here?
Here. And this is just training on, one of the things will be probably on me, just like that, saying don't reply all, just things that we kind of need. Okay, anybody else have comments before Kyle gets his comments? Okay, Kyle.
Yeah, just a couple of things. So the city 4th of July celebration is going to be on the 2nd at Leatherwood Park. Hope everybody's making plans to attend that. It sounds like Parks Department is putting a lot of work into it. And then, yeah, just a couple of NAPC trainings coming up the next couple of months. If you're able to, I definitely recommend signing up for those if you can. They offer some really good educational information. And thank you, everybody, for volunteering your time to be here.
Okay. Any other, do I have an adjournment?
I make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Peter made the motion, Judy seconded, so we don't have to spend the night. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Turn off.